Hi. My student ed that I taught brought up an interesting topic, and I think it's a really good one um, to look at because I know most of the music books for guitar, if you get any book one, they always start with the open position and all the notes down here. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then they might throw in A, depending on what book you grab and stuff. So everybody learns this open, and all your open chord shapes and things too, like the cage system figures that one out. But learning scales, what you really need to do is know every note in that scale by name, where it is on a staff if you're reading music, okay? So that's the first part. And then there's the playing part. The playing part is knowing what string or multiple string locations you can find that particular note, and then on if whether it's open or if it's fretted, you need to understand what that is. So the best way I've always figured is what to do is just stay right with C. So strip away all the sharps and flats and stuff, and don't worry because they're easy to figure out. But starting with C, you want to do is play linearly up every single string and memorize it. Memorize those locations of all those natural notes. So E is the which is really great to start because then you got two strings out of the way. So you got E's, F. Now between E, F, or B and C with just one fret apart in either direction. If I went from F down to E, I'm only going one fret down. If I go up from E, if I'm on open E, then I go to the first fret. So only next one. Okay. Same with B and C. So if I go from B to C, or C down to B, right? So B, C, B, E, F, F, E, I'm sorry. So all the other note differences will be two frets apart, okay? So if I went from F to G, right, I had to separate it by two frets. If I go from G to A, two frets. A to B, two frets. B to C, one. C to D, and then finally D to E. Right? Now what am I doing? I'm actually playing a C scale on one string. So what if I started at C? Now I should know all those notes too. So I know it's C, D, E, D, E, B, D, C, B, A, C, B, A, G, B, F, A, G. Right? So I know that string really well. If I know that one, I know this one too. So that's it. 4 to go. Right? So same idea, B string. B to C, one fret. Right? So it's very similar to what I had on the first string. E, F, B, C. Right? So, and then C to D, gotta go 2. D to E, 2. E to F. Okay? And this E to F is a duplicate of that I had on my first string open. So I just did G, A, B, C, D, E, C, D, B, C, A, B, F, E, F, G. So I should be able to play all kinds of stuff in C on those two strings. Right? And I want to think melodically. So then you start doing the other strings, right? So I've 3 to go. So G, G to A. So I'm going to have to go to the 2nd fret. A to B, 2 frets. B to C. So this B, C is B, C there. And this leads to a lot of cool things, because now I could change my fingerings, you know. Right? So maybe I want to do something like that. Or maybe, geez, that's really easy right there, see? So if you don't look, if you don't go out looking and try different fingerings, you're missing out on finding all the really great, you know, variations of the fingering. And sometimes just using a different variation gives you a whole different way of playing that passage. So that's really cool too. So you go up each individual string, learning where all the natural name notes are. And so that means you just mastered C scale all over your fretboard. And then to change to any other key is just actually just plug in the recipe. So if I was going to go to G, then I got F sharps to be concerned with. So A, F, I won't do there. I'll do F sharp. I raised it. So it's F sharp G. And there's my root note. Right. So that's, I think home base should always be kind of like figure out C. You know? And actually, and I always say sing it, you know, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? So you want to know what those notes actually sound like. C, D, E, do, 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 D, do, 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 D, da, da, do, 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 do. Okay, well, getting jazzy, but so phrasing, learning, you got to learn every note that's underneath your finger, because if you don't, you're in trouble. Because one day you'll be on a project and somebody will be asking, okay, what, hey, what about that E flat you just was doing, you know, and you'll be like, did I do an E flat? Where is that, you know? So you don't want to look like a goof. You want to actually know exactly the entire fretboard layout. I think any instrument I've learned, I've had to know the actual layout, you know, and they're all different in their own way. So, but that's the greatest way to learn your scales. Instead of a pattern, I don't want to do you know, something like that, or so those are patterns. Those are locked in patterns. And you can think about the pattern, but it ain't telling you much about the music. So you really need to actually know that. Oh, it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. All right. So, best way to learn your scales.